Chapter review. This chapter describes marginal utility theory and uses it to derive a consumer's demand curve. Utility is the benefit or satisfaction a person gets from the consumption of a good or service. Total utility is the total benefit that a person gets from the consumption of a good or service. Marginal utility is a change in total utility that results from a 1 unit increase in the quantity of a good consumed. As more of a good is consumed, its total utility increases but its marginal utility decreases. A consumer maximizes total utility when he or she allocates his or her entire available budget and makes the marginal utility per dollar the same for all goods. The marginal utility per dollar is the marginal utility from the good relative to the price of the good. It equals the marginal utility divided by the price. If the price of a good falls, the marginal utility per dollar for that good rises at the current consumption level and the consumer buys more of that good. So when the price of a good falls, there is an increase in the quantity demanded and a movement down along the demand curve. Practice problem. Table 1 shows Jerry's total utility from burgers and magazines. The price of a burger is $2 and the price of the magazine is $4 and Jerry has $12 a week to spend. Calculate Jerry's marginal utility and marginal utility per dollar from burger when he buys 4 burgers a week. Calculate Jerry's marginal utility per dollar from magazines when he buys 1 magazine a week. The marginal utility from the 4th burger equals the total utility from 4 burgers minus the total utility from 3 burgers, which is 6 units. Jerry's marginal utility per dollar from burger equals his marginal utility of 6 units divided by the price of burger, $2, which equals 3 units of utility per dollar. The marginal utility from the first magazine is 100 units. Jerry's marginal utility per dollar from magazine equals his marginal utility 100 units divided by the price of a magazine, $4, which equals 25 units per dollar. If Jerry buys 4 burgers and 1 magazine a week, does he maximize his total utility? To maximize total utility, will he buy more or fewer burgers? Explain. If Jerry buys 4 burgers for $8 and 1 magazine for $4, he spends his $12 budget. This marginal utility per dollar from burger, which is 3, is less than his marginal utility per dollar from magazine, which is 25, so Jerry does not maximize total utility. He must buy fewer burgers and more magazines. What quantities of burgers and magazines maximize Jerry's utility? Jerry maximizes utility if he buys 2 burgers and 2 magazines a week. He spends $4 on burgers and $8 on magazines, which equals his $12 budget. His marginal utility from burgers, it is 24 minus 14 is 10. Dividing 10 by $2 gives 5 units of utility per dollar. His marginal utility from magazines, 120 minus 100 is 20. Dividing 20 by $4 gives 5 units of utility per dollar. Jerry's marginal utility per dollar is 5 from each good, so his utility is maximized. If Jenny is allocating her entire available budget on movies and popcorn, explain the rule she follows to maximize her total utility. If the marginal utility per dollar from movies exceeds the marginal utility per dollar from popcorn, then Jenny sees more movies and buys less popcorn because this action increases her total utility. If the marginal utility per dollar from popcorn exceeds the marginal utility per dollar from movies, Jenny buys more popcorns and sees fewer movies because this action increases her total utility. More generally, if the marginal gain from an action exceeds the marginal loss, take the action. Jenny's maximize her total utility when the marginal utility per dollar from movie equals the marginal utility per dollar from popcorn. These are the true and false and multiple choice questions.